Back now on EA Sports at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. It's 49er football as we get back into the action in the first quarter.
53, Mike. I got one. Tighten up. General West.
Off near the 42, and they will set 2-yard line.
60 out long. 4 down, check, 4 down.
On first down, this is Adams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second. They run on second down with Adams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. So time to...
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? Allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run there. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
He's got Green. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Adams. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
McCoy. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Second quarter now, Falcon football. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find
2 picks, no touchdown passes yet either. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down San Francisco, the pickup 14 yards. On first down. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
No matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Just a gain of
blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task. Your assignment, go to the gap.
And now off. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as they are now on the board here in the first half. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. There'll be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about, to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your number one path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's McCoy. It's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Taking it about the 16. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing.
He's established himself well. Now can out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, McCoy. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Now McCoy. And that's incomplete. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Pulled in at the 24. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it.
And 7, our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman. As well as scores from earlier. Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st.
54's mine. 54's mine. Get it.
Looking to throw. Dawson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Second and 4. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll bring it. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
5.
Zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers.
Second timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try the left side. Clayton, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great in the final seconds of the first half as they have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this. Quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us. Way that's fielded in the end zone. That worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been.
things down because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some in this ballgame.
The adjustment to
without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, on 3rd and 9. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous on continuing that momentum, they didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Topper! Let's go!
Throwing to start the drive. Dawson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Ready?
To throw again. Dawson. Over the middle, complete. That's Clayton. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Hey, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
Check 55, Mike. Here we go. Get up.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
15 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On second down, it's Clayton, and this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to for your team.
And for an off.
For all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their...
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds.
pass.
On 2nd down now. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the gun, McCoy. He finds Roberts, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, but no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. From the 35 on 2nd down, McCoy.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Back to throw. McCoy. And he comes back with one complete. It'll be a pickup of 4.
Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Back at the 28. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
Back to the air on second down. Here by Adams. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before loss yard.
As it wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in order to continue to carry the ball.
Careful with this game where it is, Charles, throwing those out patterns, right?
You're exactly right, because this is why we always hear teams say late in the game, the middle of the field more than the outside portion, because if you throw one out there that hangs a little bit or you float it, it can be picked off and returned for a touchdown, and boy, what a dramatic turn of events that would be.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Operating from the gun, Dawson. Oh, he's got a man wide open. That's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line. Signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Dawson firing quickly here, and then. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Saw would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action out here defensively. It's first and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone.
No question about it. And you carrying that just as lightly as he.
3 touchdowns and's got him in the lead. The Falcons down 21.
Doing down the field now. That incompletion. Kind of scam the crowd, see if any celebrities.
Oh, a battle for it here.
Today's NFL described as a space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw. Caught here by Griffin. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 22-yard line. They'll look to throw.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you got to get up there and spike it.
And the tip, the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. Completion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Let's go.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's back to throw.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. On 4th down, McCoy. And he finds his man, Griffin. And they'll get this down to the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to drop a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that lap.